Hello students. In this video, let's see the solutions for the NEET test which belong to the chapter biological classification and the cell, the unit of life. So the questions are from 31 to 90. So from each chapter there are 30 questions and we shall discuss the solutions for both of them. So the first question, find the incorrectly matched pair. So we shall see one by one. Yeast Saccharomyces, the pair is correct. Yeast scientific name is Saccharomyces. Neurospora, Drosophila of plant kingdom. Why do we call it as Drosophila of plant kingdom? Is Neurospora is used in genetic experiments. So since it is used in genetic experiments, and if we see in animals, Drosophila is used in genetic experiment. So we call it as Drosophila of plant kingdom. That is also correct. Ustilago, it causes smut disease. This is also correct. Morels and truffles, edible mushroom, even this is also correct. So here there are no right answers. So all of the given options are correct. Next, the true nucleus is absent in. So we know the true nucleus will be absent in prokaryotes. Prokaryotes do not have true nucleus. So Anabina, it is blue-green algae which belong to Monera. Mucor, it is fungi. Claviceps, it is fungi. And Olvox is algae. Algae belong to plant kingdom. So out of this, Monera is only the prokaryote. So this is the answer. 33. In lichens, the role of mycobiont is. So mycobiont, this is the fungal part. The fungal part is mycobiont and the algal part is phycobiont. So what mycobiont will do? It will provide protection, anchorage and absorption for the alga. So this will be done by mycobiont. Then 34. Which of the following set of bacteria are found to be very useful in genetic engineering experiments? So out of the given options, Escherichia and Agrobacterium. So they are the bacteria which will be used in genetic engineering experiments. So about these, how exactly they are used in genetic experiments, so that you will learn in biotechnology chapter. Then 35, select the incorrect pair. So here, if we see albugo, they belong, it is algal fungi, that is Phycomycetes. Yes, it is correct. Fungi imperfecti, that is Deuteromycetes. It is example Coletotrichum, that is also correct. Then club fungi, this is a common name for Ascomycetes, but Aspergillus do not belong to club fungi. Then sac fungi is also the common name of Ascomycetes and Neurospora is the example. So the answer is option C. This is the incorrect pair. Then 36. So you have to identify A, B, C and D. So this A is head region, B is collar region, then C is sheath and D is tail fibers. So out of the given options, so which corresponds to this is option B. Next 37. A class of fungi in which sex organs are absent, but plasmogamy is brought about by the fusion of two vegetative cells. So this feature we can see in Basidiomycetes. Then 38. Which of the following statements regarding viruses is or correct? So the first one, these are cellular. So they are not cellular, acellular particles. Then infectious, it is correct. They are nucleoprotein particles are also correct. They are made up of the genetic material, that is nucleic acid part, and protein coat they have protein part. So they are nucleoprotein particles. They can be grown in a culture medium. So since they are acellular, they are not living outside the host. So they can't be grown in any culture medium. Then genetic material is either DNA or RNA, but never both. So this is correct. They can be crystallized. So once it is outside the living host, the viral particles can be crystallized. So that is a non-living property of the virus. So here third and fourth statements are correct. Then 39, red oceanic tides can be due to. So this is actually due to red dinoflagellates. So out of the given option, red dinoflagellate is Gonulax. Then 40. Select the incorrectly matched pair. So here, one by one, if we see amoeboid protozoa, they have silica shells in marine forms, which amoeboid protozoans do not have, which will have silica shells is chrysophytes. Chrysophytes will have silica shells. Amoeboid protozoan do not have silica shells. Flagellated protozoan. So one example, if you take trypanosoma, is they are infectious. They have flagella, so they have infectious spore-like stage. That is correct. Ciliated protozoa, for example, paramecium, they have this gullet, so which will open to the outside, so that they can intake the food and the undigested materials can be released out. Then sporozoans, all endoparasites, that is also correct. Example, plasmodium, which causes malaria. So here the answer will be option A. Then read the following statements. The above statements are assigned to. So here, first let us see to which group they belong to. Mostly marine and photosynthetic appear in these different colors depending on main pigment present in their cell, has two flagella lying perpendicular to each other. So all these characters, if we see, so they are of dinoflagellates. So now the diagrams are given. So let's try to identify it. The first one, it is Gonulax. And the second one is Euglena. And this is Amoeba. And this is Paramecium. Right? So out of these, Goniolax is the one which belongs to dinoflagellates, and that is the answer. Then 42, algal fungi are placed in. So before we had seen algal fungi, they are the common name for Phycomycetes. Then 43, which of the following is an incorrect statement regarding mycoplasm? So one by one we shall see. So they lack cell wall. Yes, they do not have cell wall, and they are the smallest living cell. They cannot survive without oxygen, which is wrong. So they are aerobes. They are not anaerobic. They are aerobic. They are pathogenic in plants and animals. Yes, they cause the diseases. So answer is option C. That is incorrect. Which of the following is edible? So here morels is edible. Morels and truffles. So these are the edible fungus. 45. Which of the following characters served as the criteria for a five kingdom classification as used by R.H. Whittaker. So here he has used all these factors. So one is cell structure and thallus organization, then mode of nutrition and reproduction, phylogenetic relationship. All these three were the criteria for the classification. So answer is all of this. Select the correct pair of fungi that belong to the class Basidiomycetes. So here what we'll do, first let's assign to which group they belong to. So here Pezziza, if you see, so Pezziza, claviceps both belong to Ascomycetes. Penicillium belong to Ascomycetes. Agaricus belongs to Basidiomycetes. Alternaria and Coletotrichum both belongs to Deuteromycetes. Bracket fungi and toadstool, both of them they belong to Basidiomycetes. So now it is clear. Option C is the answer. Diatomaceous earth is basically composed of, so their cell walls are actually made up of silica. Direct question. Select the incorrect statement. Members of Basidiomycetes are commonly known as imperfect fungi. No. Members of Basidiomycetes, they are called as either mushrooms, or it is also called as bracket fungi, or they are also called as puff balls. So imperfect fungi, so they belong to the class Deuteromycetes. So this first is the incorrect statement. Bovine spongiform encephalopathy is caused by prions. Correct. Bacteriophages are usually double-stranded DNA virus. Yes, it is also correct. Pre-infectious RNA was discovered by Theo Dinier. That is also correct. Viroids. So answer is option A. 49th. Association between algae and fungus. So that is lichen. Simple direct question. The members of class Deuteromycetes. So again we know in Deuteromycetes there is only asexual reproduction. If sexual reproduction was found in them, they will be sent to the other classes, right? So here C, B, C, D can't be the answer. So sexual reproduction, sexual pores. So B and C can't be the answer. And what kind of asexual spores they have? Conidia is the asexual spores. Then the classification system proposed by Linnaeus was, it is actually two kingdom classifications. So one is Plante and the other is Animalia. Then life cycle of gymnosperm, it is diplontic. Then under aplontic, we have algae, haplodiplontic, diplohaplontic, like both are same. So here haplodiplontic, we have bryophytes and we have pteridophytes. Under diplontic, we have gymnosperms and we have angiosperms. Then 53. So select the correct option having useful fungi for human beings. So here Neurospora, yes, it is useful for genetic experiment. Puccinia, it causes rust disease. So it is not useful. Penicillium, yes, it is used as antibiotic. Saccharomyces yeast is also used in fermentation. Yes, it is also useful. Then again, Puccinia, it's not. Ustilago, it will cause smut disease. So even Ustilago is not useful. Yeah, Rhizopus and Agaricus, if you see, Rhizopus causes bread mold So Rhizopus is also not useful. Agaricus, it is edible. So answer is option B. Then question number 54. So read the statements and we have to identify to which class of fungus they all belong to. So branched septate mycelium, conidia for asexual reproduction, produce non-motile, endogenously produce sexual spores. All these are the characteristic features of Ascomycetes. Then, which is not true for fungi. So they are saprophytic, yes, they are multicellular, yes. They can be anaerobic at some cases, yes, and they can be photosynthetic. They never are photosynthetic. They are heterotrophs. They are heterotrophs. So answer is option C. First scientific attempt of classification. So first attempt was done by Aristotle. Then fill in the blank. So first one, A dash are the sole members of Monera bacteria. So here we have in B and C option. Then majority of the bacteria show dash mode of nutrition. It is heterotrophic nutrition. So it is option D. 58. Choose the incorrect statement about Phycomycetes. So first one, they are found in aquatic habitats. Yes, that is true. Spores are endogenously produced in sporangium is also correct. Inside the sporangium, the sac-like structure, spores are produced from inside. So it is endogenous origin. Zygospore is formed by reduction division. No, here zygospore it is formed by fusion of two gametes. So this fusion of two gametes results in zygospore in fungi, that is a Phycomycetes. Then asexual reproduction takes place by zoospores or eplanospores. That is also correct. So the answer is option C. 59. Which of the following is correct about dinoflagellates? So the first one, cell wall is made of a protein-rich layer called pellicle. So protein-rich layer, this is found in euglenoids, not in dinoflagellates. They have two flagella. This part is correct. Both arranged longitudinally. It's wrong. So one is longitudinal and the other flagella is transverse. Then rate of reproduction is slow. It is not slow. It is rapid. They are mainly responsible for red tides. Yes, that is correct. So we are seeing gonulax. Gonulax helps in, they are responsible for red tides. Then 60. Read the following statement that describes certain infectious particles, and we have to write for which of the following is referred to here. So all of these are referred to. Which of the options we have to select? So here, discovered by Tivo Dinier, then smaller than virus. It causes potato spindle tuber disease. Only RNA particle is there, no protein coat. Low molecular weight RNA as a genetic material. So all this belongs to viroid. So these are the questions from biological classification. So now we shall see the questions from cell, the unit of life. So question number 61. The concept of cell lineage. Cell arise from pre-existing cell only, that is omnis cellula e cellula. So this was propounded by, it is Rudolf Virchow, direct question. Which organelle helps in synthesis of lipid, cholesterol, and visual pigments? So mainly these lipids will be synthesized in smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Lysosomes are called suicide bags because so since they have this hydrolytic enzyme, they can digest any of the foreign particles or some of the intracellular organelles can also be digested. So it is called as suicide bags. Then 64. So there are two statements given and we have to say whether it is correct or wrong. The cistern and Golgi complex have cis phase and trans phase, that is true, two phases will be there. Near to the nucleus will be cis phase, away from the nucleus will be trans phase. Cis phase is also called as forming phase. Trans phase is also called as maturing phase. Yes, because the proteins will enter cis phase for the modification and they will come out of trans phase. So it is maturing phase. Both statements are correct. Then 65. In cells actively participating in protein synthesis and secretion, which of the following organelle is frequently found? So your protein synthesis is mainly happening. So if protein synthesis is mainly happening, they should be ribosomes because ribosomes are the protein factory. But out of these given options, where ribosomes we can see is with rough endoplasmic reticulum. Then in living cells, mitochondria can be stained with. So again, mitochondria, if it is not stained, we can't see under the microscope. So the stain which we use, that we call it as vital stain. So the example for vital stain is Janus green. Then 67. All the given cell organelles are included in the endoplasmic reticulum except. So your nucleus is not included all the other three because their functions are coordinated. Nucleus is the one which controls the function of the cell. So it doesn't comes under endomembrane system. Then 68. Blood groups are identified by the presence of various surface glycoproteins that are referred to as antigens present on the surface of RBC. The organelles that would be involved in glycosylation of protein. So here, see the first half what it is here. So you might feel that is like some question they are asking about blood groups, antigens, which we had not come across. But this second sentence, if you see, the cell organelle that would have involved in glycosylation. So glycosylation is what? The formation of glycoproteins, right? So which cell organelle will help for this is Golgi bodies. So don't get confused with the extra informations given in the question. So note the keywords which you had studied and try to answer. Then 69. In prokaryotic cell, mesosome function is. So here if you see DNA replication and distribution of daughter cell, this is the function. Formation of cell wall is the function. Increased surface area of plasma membrane and enzymatic content is also function. Why? So this is the infolding of plasma membrane. When there is infolding, surface area increases. Respiration and secretion is also the function. So the answer will be all of the above. Then, so here A, B, C, D is given. You have to identify which is the correct labeling. So here A is the integral protein. B is the phospholipid bilayer. And C is peripheral protein. And D is the sugar. So answer is option A. 71. Select the wrong statement from the following. Both chloroplast and mitochondria have internal compartment, correct? Thylakoid space bound by the thylakoid membrane. So this is present only in a chloroplast. So the second statement is applicable only for the chloroplast but not mitochondria. Both chloroplast and mitochondria contain DNA, true. So it is single, double-stranded, circular DNA. Then both chloroplasts are generally much larger than mitochondria. Correct. Both chloroplast and mitochondria contain inner and outer membrane. Two membranes are there. So the answer is option E. Next, 72. RNA is found in all of the following structures except. So RNA we can't see in vacuole. In prokaryotic cell we can see because there will be gene expression, DNA to RNA conversion, and then RNA to protein. So RNA we can see here. So even ribosomes are mainly made up of rRNA. So obviously RNA is here. Nucleus, chloroplast, mitochondria, in all this also we can see RNA. Then plasmodesmata are. So this plasmodesmata, they are actually the protoplasmic connections. So if there is two cells, so these two cells, they are connected by this plasmodesmata. Then 74. Which of the following is characteristic of phospholipids of plasma membrane? So here there will be one head and two tails. So the head is polar and the tail is non-polar. So the option will be B. One polar head and two non-polar tails. 75. Cell membrane is composed of. It is actually having proteins, phospholipids, and some carbohydrate sugars. 76. Which of the following substances are stored in alluroplast? Alluro refer to protein. It is a type of leucoplast. So which will store proteins. Cell wall. Cell wall is actually the dead one. So here two are the dead. And it is actually permeable. It will allow all the substance to pass through it. Which of the following is not an example of eukaryotic cells? So here, Escherichia coli, this is a bacteria. So bacteria belongs to Monera. So it is not eukaryotic, it is prokaryotic. Amoeba, it belongs to Protista. Then Euglena also belong to Protista. Then Paramecium caudatum also belong to Protista. Protista are eukaryotic and bacteria is prokaryotic. Answer is A. And see here Amoeba proteus, Euglena viridis, Paramecium caudatum, along with the genus, species names are also given, which you might not be aware, but concentrate on the genus name, what you know. So there are again different species. If you take amoeba, many species are there. One is proteus. So that is just to confuse you, but please don't get confused. Concentrate on the genus name. 79. Select the mismatch. Gas vacuole is present in green bacteria, correct. Large central vacuoles, it is not present in animal cell, it is present in plant cell. Protista are eukaryotes, correct. Methanogens, they are the archaebacteria. So these archaebacteria belong to prokaryotes, correct. So answer is B. 80. Select the wrong statement from the following. So this question is actually repeated. So B is the answer. 81. What is the main function of lysosome? It does not help in extracellular or intercellular digestion. It also not helpful in reproduction, right? So it helps in both intra and extracellular. It is not only extra, not only intra. So if it is both, then it is correct. Then 82. A protoplast is a cell without the cell wall. If we just remove the cell wall, whatever part we get, that is the cell wall. Plastids differ from mitochondria on the basis of which of the following features? So they have two membrane, both of them has two membrane, both of them has ribosomes, they have 70 years, both of them has DNA, single stranded, double stranded, circular DNA they have. Then presence of thylakoid, so this is only in chloroplast, not in mitochondria. Then 84. So rough endoplasmic reticulum involved in protein synthesis and secretion. SER involved in lipid synthesis. Golgi complex moves material out of the cell. Then lysosome, they helps in intracellular and extracellular digestion. So answer is option A. Then 85. Sap vacuole, it will store and concentrate minerals. So this we can see in plants. Then contractile vacuole, they help in osmoregulation. So this we can see in amoeba, protista. Food vacuole, what this food vacuole will do? They will contain some digestive enzyme so that the food, whatever it is taken in, that should be digested. Air vacuole. So air vacuole will contain the gases, air, the name itself says, metabolic gases. Spirosomes, they will store the lipids. Spirosomes are the microbodies, right? So answer is option A. Then 86, lysosomes, they have the hydrolytic activity because of hydrolytic enzymes. Then ribosomes, they help in protein synthesis. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum, they help in lipid synthesis. Centrioles, they help in the formation of spindle fibers. So answer is option A. Ribosomes of cytoplasm it will be 80, chloroplast will be 70, mitochondrion will be 70. 80, 70, 70, it is option B. Then again match the following. Chloroplasts are the green plastids. Chromoplasts are yellow, orange or red color plastids. Leucoplasts are the colorless plastids. So the answer will be B. Then 89. Dash are self-replicating extra chromosomal segments of double-stranded circular and naked DNA present in the bacterial cell. Apart from this genetic material, they have one circular DNA which is autonomously replicating. So that we call it as plasmids. Then the biggest cell, it is the ostrich egg. It is the single cell which is the biggest one. So that's all from the two chapters, biological classification and cell, the unit of life. So just go through the video again if you have any doubts. Hope you all got the solutions right. Thank you.